Okay, here we are back inside MatrixGold once again. Thanks for tuning in. If the videos are helping you, please think about subscribing. Definitely hit that like button and leave a comment. I'd really appreciate that. Today, what we're going to do is just kind of make something very quickly, just to kind of show you a different way, a little tulip setting type thing. So actually, we don't want. We'll go with cathedral ring rail. Something like this here. We'll try this. And then we'll go to our gems menu, grab a stone to put on the center of that, and of course drag that up into the center. And we'll give it a little bit more height, something like that. And we'll hit enter. We'll grab that stone. We'll go to our gem offset just so we can have a little guide. And it'll put it out there, and we'll just drag it in maybe a -0.2, something like that. And then we're going to do something a little crazy. We're going to go to our solids menu, and we're going to just grab a ball. And I have it on this. Let's put it on this color, and I'll start. Let's see. Let's turn on our snaps, and let's go ahead and activate our vertex there, and we'll just put it. Well, let's snap it to the. Let's back out of that real quick. Let's see if I can grab that vertex and snap it to my quad. I'd like to get, okay, so let's just go ahead and turn off this. And now we can snap to that vertex right down there. And we'll just pull it out something like that. And then we will drag it up into around our mid there. A little bit higher, actually, somewhere around our table of our stone will probably be better. And we'll take that, and then we'll turn back on our ring rail so we can kind of see what's going on. And then we're going to kind of oblong this thing, something where it comes down maybe about here, and our center is still right there, which is what we want. And then we'll go ahead and we'll go back to our line curve, our line. And we'll see if we can snap it right there to our, let's turn off our stone. It'd be nice if we could snap it right to that mid, and we'll just make it nice and long, and then we'll drag it over. And we will go ahead and select these two here, the line and our ball there. And we'll go ahead and trim it. We'll just trim off this top part. Okay, then we'll get this. We'll go ahead and hit enter, grab that, delete it, right? So we have something like this out there. Let's bring back our gemstone now. Something like that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and make it easy on ourselves. We'll just grab a gem. And we'll change that gem to a marquee right here. And we will go ahead and rotate that 90 degrees, hit enter, and we'll drag it out something like this, and then we will drag it up something like that, and we'll go ahead and size that something like that. What we want to do is we want to get our marquee inside our item there. Yeah, something like that perhaps. It's a little long. Let's see if we can drag that end down a little. Kind of makes it a little fatter, but that's okay. Yeah, something like this should be okay for us, I think. So let's go ahead and take that. We can manipulate it. So we'll go ahead and put a offset curve on that. And we'll just leave it where it's at on there. And then hit enter. And we'll get rid of that gem. We don't need the gem. We just wanted that curve. Now I'm going to select that curve, and I'm going to go ahead and hold down shift and grab my checkerboard there and kind of bring it in a little so that it kind of goes up to the top a little bit. So it's inside my box there, right? So it's down here and it's up there, right? And now I can manipulate this however I want, right? But we'll just say that's okay, and we'll take that, and right away we'll just select that curve. We'll go to our curves menu, and we'll go to scroll down to offset, and we'll offset it 0.5. Let's take it to 0.7 here, just to something like that. Okay. So we have something like this going on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our curves menu all the way to the front this time and go to project. And we're going to project this curve and hit enter to this surface and then hit enter. And come down here, it says project to top. We're going to change that to project to front and then hit enter. Okay, so it should have projected those, which it did on there. And we'll just grab that one and that inside one there. And we'll just turn those to gray and turn them off so we don't have to see them. And now we want to go ahead maybe and grab that projected curve. We'll go ahead and ungroup that real quick. And first we'll grab this one, turn it to yellow so that we have those both on yellow. And we'll go ahead and turn off our stone there for a second. Oh, turn off our stone, and we'll just grab these other sides and we'll go ahead and delete those. We don't really need those. Okay, so we have that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, select this surface. We're going to split with this curve and hit enter. And then we'll just go ahead and get rid of that ball, and we'll grab that inside and get rid of that. So now we have this going on, all right? Okay, and our down here at the bottom, you know, maybe we don't want it that sharp. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a line, and we'll just click off to one side and click. We can drag that wherever we want it, right? So we'll say like right here, and then we'll just go ahead, select all that, and we'll go to trim, and we'll just trim this section off here, hit enter, and then delete this thing here. And we can go ahead and grab our curves there, and we'll grab this curve here, and we'll turn those to yellow. Okay, so we have something like this going on. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and just grab that surface, go to our surface menu, go to offset, right, offset, and it's going in the right direction we want. And both sides no, and solid no. Now this you could do either or, depending on how you want to do it. But we'll go ahead and say we'll just take it like that, right? And we'll take that surface and turn it to our surface there, right? Okay. You could extract that. Let's go ahead and hide this real quick, just so I could, you know, we'll take this, go to our offset. We'll go ahead and keep it at 1, and this time we'll switch it to yes and then hit. So you can get something like that. That's no problem. And then you could go to your solids, do a fillet, blend edge, maybe go ahead and chain edges, and then select this one here. Yeah, that there. What's our distance? We'll go ahead and hit yes. Preview, yes. Preview's turned on, yes. Our distance is 0.1. That's real small, but we'll go ahead and hit enter here. And now we'll go back and reset those, set all, and we'll just try a 0.5 and hit enter. And 0.5 is a little bit too much, probably because of that bottom there. So we'll just go ahead and do a 0.2 and enter. And now we have something like that, right? Yeah, it should be okay. And hit enter. Check our surface. We got a closed poly surface. We'll go ahead and right click that back again and preview yes. 0.2. Chain edges. We'll select this edge here, that edge, and that edge, and go ahead and hit enter, enter, and enter one more time. And now we have it a little rounded off, right? I mean, you could do it that way. That's fine. You could even do it to the insides here. Chain edges, select this and then this, and then hit enter and enter, and you have something like that. All right, and we should have a closed poly surface. So we could use this if we wanted to. So we'll just go ahead and keep it here. But there, you could blend if you wanted more rounded edges, you know, around there. You could do a blend. Let's go ahead, actually take this, we'll turn this to this color and that off, and then bring back that other edge surface right there. Oh, okay. So we'll just go ahead, take this. We'll go to our surface. We will go to offset. We'll flip it this time, and we'll keep it at that 1, and just go ahead and hit enter, and it brings it. Oh, I back out of that. Redo that real quick. I didn't want to do it closed. Showing you the different ways. So no, and then flip, and then yes, enter, right? So we have that going on. Now here, what you can do is you can do a blend, right? A blend from chain edges, this edge here, that edge there, and this one down here as our first one. Select segment for second edge, that would be this one, the one over here, and same one down there at the bottom. And now we have that, and we can hit enter and we have something like this going on. It's set at tangent. We get same height, so it gets a little bit more cleaner, right? We can also lock those and change them up however we want, right? And then we'll just go ahead, hit enter. And then for this little closed area here, we need to close that up, right? So we can go ahead and do another blend edge, and we don't really have to chain edges here. We can just click here, and we can close up that edge, and this time same height, yes, same height, no. We'll take a no on that one, and then hit OK. Right, so we have this, right? We still have open surface. Why? Because we have to close off this on the inside. So we can go to, I think the new loft is maybe not real good for this one, because you can't really select the edges, right? Curves and points, right? But if you go to the old loft, you can take this edge and that edge and hit enter, and hit OK, and then you can go ahead and take this edge and hit enter and hit OK, and then we'll just take all this and join it together, and we have an open poly surface. So something, oh, right there it looks like, yeah, okay. So just select that, select your other item there, and join that together, and hopefully we have a closed poly surface. So we have that, right? And you know, just different options. This is a little bit more rounded on the edges, right? So it offers a little bit different look. And you can also go back and do that solid blend, right? Fillet, blend edge. And we'll go ahead and select chain edges and do this one and this one, and we have it set at what is it? Oh, okay, hit enter, 0.2, enter, and we have that. Enter again, and we select it, and we still have a closed poly surface. So you could do it either way depending on what kind of look you're going for. You know, the two different ones. But we have this out here, right? So now all we have to do is take that, and we can go to transform, go to polar array, switch it to our excuse me, our Z direction, and now we have a 5-prong, 7-prong, 6-prong, 4-prong, 3-prong. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff with this depending on how you're wanting it made. So we'll bump it back. We'll say you can have them overlapping. You can have them you know, with just a small overlapping, which is probably pretty good. We'll just go ahead and say this is what we want, and we'll hit enter. Right now we have a little tulip setting here. And you can go in here and adjust these however you want. So let's just take this one by itself, right? This is the one by itself, our original. And we could kind of maybe bump that in a little bit, and it bumps them all up, right? So there's all kind of different things we can do in there to get it to whatever we're wanting it to look like for the most part. And now it's just putting a shank on it, right? So we'll go ahead and play around with this thing here. So we'll go ahead and maybe drag that up a little bit, thin that down a little. 1.3 is pretty thin. 1.6, we'll kind of drag it in some. And maybe drag it up a little bit more. Who knows? Whatever your liking is. I'll definitely go hold down shift, drag those up to 2.5, drag these down to 2.5, not 3. That'll last them a lifetime, huh? And you can, manipulate however, you're wanting the edge to be. So there's a lot of manipulation you can do there. We'll just go ahead and say this is what we want. We'll go to our tools there and we'll grab a profile placer, right? And we'll just select this one here, outside rail, this one here, and we'll switch that one up. We'll do a little something different, and we'll just do a little twisty thing there, or rigid thing. And we'll take this one down a little bit, something like that perhaps. However you want. How big? 1.8, that's fine. And we'll just go ahead and we'll mirror that one over to the other side. So we have it over there, and we'll drop one down here in the bottom, holding down shift. And we'll open this one up a little so it has a little bit of meat to it on here on the bottom. And we'll go ahead and hit enter. Now we'll just do a 2-rail sweep here. Sweep, parametric 2-rail. This rail here, that profile, and this profile, and hit enter. It doesn't matter what order you pick them in. It's going to keep to the rail, right? And we have something like this going on. So there's that nice little solitaire tulip ring. And then to close off this gap here, perhaps you can place another profile. So we'll go to tools, place another profile here. And this one will switch to a little more something flat, perhaps something like this, and we'll size this in and we'll bring that down, and we'll go ahead and mirror this side here. So there should be one over to the other side, which there is. And then I want to go ahead and maybe snap one holding down shift right here in the middle. I want to go ahead and maybe make that one just a little bit larger in the center there, and then hit enter, and then we'll go to our surface 1 this time. We'll select that one. Okay, so I messed up there, sorry. So let's grab that again, and we'll go back to our tools, profile placer, switch that to a normal thing, just a normal round. Oh, I didn't click on it twice. 1, 2, 1, 2. Select. Oh, you don't need to hit select, but shouldn't have to. So I'll go in here, drag that in, drag that down, 1.3, something like that. Yeah, it should be okay. We'll go ahead and mirror that, and we'll just snap one in the center here because I want to make that a little bit larger for that the tulip setting there, and we'll just go ahead and hit enter. Now we'll go to that surface 1 there, parametric. We'll go from here, here, here to here, and hit enter. And let's see what we've got. Yeah, there we go. And we can actually go back in there if you wanted to, and maybe think those are a little heavy or whatever. To going in too deep, you can adjust them however you want, and then you can go in here and adjust the center one a little bit, maybe bring that down. 0.8 should be fine. Let's see what it looks like, and there you go. You have a little bit more look to it going on. Yeah. So there's and if you wanted to, you could even go back in there and select that profile again, say it's a little too wide, and bring it in a little. You want to cover up those edges, but you just want to give it something to hold on to, right? And that looks okay. We'll hit enter, and you got a nice little tulip ring going on, something like this. very quickly, very nice, very quick. And you could change these all day long to different kinds of designs or different, more or less, depending on, what you're going for. So you can have them offset over each other. I wouldn't go something like that, but 6. And you could actually, maybe put some stones right in there, or put a stone, 3 stones right in there. There's a lot you could do with that, right? And if you don't like that placement where the prongs are at, you could always just go ahead. Let's just say this is what we want. Go back to that gem, right? It's not connected to that gem because we did the ball, so you could drag it up a little bit so that it's set up a little higher, right? And then there's all kind of things you could do. You could select all that set, maybe, and, thin it down a little, something like that, and then go back to your stone, drop it down a little bit more, enter, and there you go. So there's a lot of manipulation you could do in there, and keep on playing around with it. But just wanted to show this off, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. And if you did, you learned something or found something that was pretty cool, please hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment, please. Thank you for your support and appreciate it. Good designing.